That was really creepy. I feel like I have something.
He was following you.
Yeah, I know.
Alright guys, your learning targets today basically are to be able to write formulas and names for covalent compounds. Okay? So you guys can write the names of covalent compounds if given a formula, or if given the name, you guys can go backwards and write the formula. We're only looking at covalent compounds today. Okay, next week we'll start looking at ions. So what I have for you guys, dang it, I should have passed this out ahead of time.
Is it now?
It's this little packet that Grace is going to...
What is it?
Yeah, don't move.
So everyone find the one that says naming covalent compounds at the top. It should be your very first one.
You gotta cut it out?
No.
Okay, good.
These, the reason we're not doing these in our notebooks, guys, is because you guys will be able to use these on all tests and quizzes. Okay? It's one of those things that if you use them, they're going to help you. If you don't, I don't know how to help you. Okay?
What? I can fit it definitely.
Okay. So on each of these guys, you are always starting with the box with the rounded corners. Easy, man.
What does round look like?
You're going to have to figure that out. Okay. At the top of this one, I want you guys to write if given the formula. Okay, so if you guys are given the formula and you're expected to write a name, this is what you're going to use.
In the rounded box?
So right above, no, just at the very top of this, if given the formula. So you guys know you're given the formula. You guys are going to want to write the name for it. Okay, this is for covalent compounds.
You can't do it now.
Except for the hot pink.
If given the formula. That's it. Can I take this highlighter home?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I really like it.
No, thank you. Alright, guys. You will be starting with the book. This is what a rounded cornered box looks like, Jocelyn.
What does that say?
Chillax. So you guys are going to be starting in that box.
Oh,
I'm a wizard. Yeah, that one. Okay. Each and every one of these 4 things that we do today, we're going to do 2. Next week, the ones that we do are a little bit more complicated, so we won't be able to cram them into one day. But each and every question that you guys ask yourself when you start this off is basically, is it ionic or covalent? Okay? So is it a metal and non-metal, or is it 2 non-metals? Okay? In the case of the ones that we're talking about today, we're only focusing on covalent compounds. So what's the answer to this question going to be? Ivan?
2 non-metals.
2 non-metals.
Is this the only thing going in the box?
Huh? Yeah, this is the only thing going in the box. Okay? You guys all have that? Alright, above the arrow here is the answer to that question. Like we said, it's covalent, so your answer is going to be it's 2 nonmetals.
That goes in the little box.
That goes in that little pink box. And by pink, I mean gray. On your guys'
Lame.
color pink then.
Then you can't see the writing.
I've been called fat today. I've been called lame. I've been called stupid.
Who called you
Did
fat?
you drive to the prison over here?
I was sitting on the box, and they were like, "You could break that." I was like, "You calling me fat?"
Yep.
And I was like, everyone hates me, and someone's like, "You should just go eat worms." I'm like, except I'm gonna have to cut my portion size down because apparently I eat too many worms. Okay. All right, in the next box. Okay, it's the first step that we're gonna do after that. So write the name of the first element using a prefix to indicate the number of atoms of that first element, unless there is only one. Okay, then you guys will just write the name of the element. So do not use mono on the first element. Example would be CO2 is equal to carbon dioxide. We don't say monocarbon dioxide. Okay, we'll just say carbon dioxide. Okay, so just write the first, if you guys see that the element is C, then you guys would write carbon. Okay, if it's C2, then you guys would need to tell me how many carbons. You guys would say dicarbon. Off to the right-hand side, I've given you guys all those prefixes. Okay, so they tell you if there's 3 carbons, what's your prefix? 4 carbons, or 4 of your first element, what's your prefix? some announcements for you guys while you were writing this. Okay. Next Wednesday, we have our polyatomic ion quiz. That's the sheet I gave you guys where you highlighted, and I told you guys how to memorize those. I also sent you guys little flashcards, which I know you guys have been studying every night before you go to bed since I sent those to you. Okay, they should be in your inbox. Also, they're on my main chem page. I attached a link to those Quizlet flashcards. Okay. Second announcement, how many of you guys enjoy celebrating Pi Day for math?
Me.
Okay. Cool. Well, chemistry is just as cool, all right? So we have mold day, and Monday is mold day.
Ew, so
We-
we're
we
doing moldy
dress
stuff?
up all dirty, like in dirty clothes. And
Wait, we don't
go
get
the
to bring
classroom.
food? Molds aren't food.
Guacamole.
We have to dig a big hole in
Didn't
the
we do this
ground.
last year?
No.
A
No,
moldy,
We did
Rainy day.
DNA's birthday last year.
a moldy pie.
That is disgusting.
Mole enchiladas?
I want.
Is there like a mole sauce for enchiladas?
Yeah.
It's like a chocolate
We'll call it
We'll
mole.
bring everything brown. Like, because it was red.
Okay.
So
Anyway,
then
what
bring
mole day
yourself.
is when we talk about it, it's actually on next unit. The number for a mole is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. So we would celebrate mole day from 6:02 in the morning to 6:02 at night. And then 10:23, obviously 10:23 is Sunday. So we will celebrate mole day on Monday. Okay? So bring food to share with everyone. Cool?
And if
Ooh,
we do,
Whatever you guys want to bring.
Unless it's green, right? Everything has to be green.
Can I put mine on my
Okay.
phone?
Yes, you guys can put reminders in your phone on for Sunday if you want.
I'm
Because I totes need to do that.
Why does everything have to be good?
Holding,
It doesn't have to be green.
those hoodies there.
They're way spicy.
I might bring
And
chips and salsa. because I'm
On
hungry.
the
Sunday
24th.
night.
Yep. So set an alarm for Sunday that we're celebrating
That
Mole
would
Day.
Oh,
make
make
more
it go.
sense, actually.
Okay.
I don't know.
Mole day.
It's loud. Just 'cause
I'm gonna be like, what's mole day?
Doesn't mean I'm weird.
Questionable.
How many people are in here? 2, 4, 6,
16.
Everyone wants to call it
All right.
soda.
So those are your two announcements. Let's move on.
17.
All right, you guys again already have this. So if you guys are given a formula and it has like C8, then you guys would use octa. Okay, you guys would write octacarbon. Okay, we'll do a couple examples of this. I'll make a little bit more sense here in a second. Okay, next step then is to look at our second element. We are going to write the name of the second element using a prefix to indicate the number of atoms of that second element. Okay, we always use a prefix on that second part.
Is this one?
Yep, just the next one in line. Are you on the front side or the back side? So yeah, it should be that one. Yeah. I wish I could like pause this video. So it's not just like awkward sounds.
So you probably just cut that out.
Are you guys done right?
Well, you can't even
That
see
sounds
the
like a lot
board
of work, but
because you're not over far enough.
It's honestly not hard because
Still no. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
have a really hard.
There you go.
It shouldn't be too bad though.
Now it's like, oh, it was focusing like
Color pink.
down
I feel
there.
like I'm not watching that.
It's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is.
Okay, you guys got that? Almost?
It's usually
I
easy.
watched it.
I guess it
I gotta finish
depends.
this.
Usually.
We borrowed Grace's birthday.
She's busy.
Just for a minute.
She ate something for another.
4 eyes.
It's an emergency.
You may sit down.
I fixed your camera.
Okay.
That gives me right to know.
That's because it was stalking you.
Well, that was
Alright. Last step then is going to be to drop your ending of the second element and add IDE. Okay? So for instance, instead of writing carbon monoxygen, we write carbon monoxide. You just laughed. You thought it was really funny?
I feel like a noob. I turned this in today thinking I was good. On the backside. Didn't know about it.
Sounds like a Grace thing to do.
I'll throw the iPad out the
Question.
window.
Question, why do we go right to left with our directions?
Because the other side will go the other way. I don't know.
It's so weird.
Oh shoot.
Okay. And again, with these last words, you guys will kind of get used to seeing them and know, like, what do we drop off when we add the ID? Because, I mean, it's not like you put carbon monoxide or carbon monoxygenide. Okay, it's just carbon, like, you'll see oxide enough to know, all right, when I drop the ending, I'm dropping the whole YGEN and adding IDE. So it's carbon oxide. It's like hydrogen, for instance, instead of hydrogenide or hydrogide, it's hydride. You guys will just, like I said, see it enough where you recognize it as hydride. Okay? Carbon would be carbide. Phosphorus, phosphide, not phosphoruside or phosphoride. Okay, nitrogen, nitride. Oxygen, oxide. Sulfur, sulfide. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine are all really easy. You just take off the I and E and change it to IDE. So fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide. Okay? So like I said, you guys will just start seeing these enough where you'll understand. Okay, I'll make fun of you for the first couple times you do it, but you'll learn after I made fun of you in front of the whole class.
That boosts my
Okay.
confidence.
Seriously.
No shame.
Now you guys will learn. All right, so let's do some examples of these.
Oh, you got it wrong.
Don't they?
Idiot.
It's so easy.
And these really, guys, these are the easiest ones. Enjoy these. Okay, when we get to ionic, they're not hard, but they're a lot more complicated in that they have a lot more rules. For on this page, I want you guys to write these two things, like put a star somewhere and write all covalent compounds and an IDE. That will be the only, we're still on the same page. Okay? That will be the only ending you guys see for covalent compounds. Versus ionic, when we start talking about those, we can see them end in ATE, ITE, and IDE. Okay? Covalent is only ever IDE. Okay? The other thing I want you guys to write is only covalent compounds use prefixes. So that ditri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta, octa, nona, deca. Those are only seen in covalent compounds. Okay? We will not, so do not use them to name ionic compounds.
And then we do the other one too. Covalent.
Yep, so put both of those little notes on that.
This is still on the first page, right?
Yep, this is still on that same page, guys. Okay? Let's do a couple examples. Okay, so just so we're on that same page, I want you guys just to write examples. We're only going to do like 3 examples, so you guys should have plenty of space.
On this
Okay?
page?
Yep, just on that same first page. Okay, so an example, if I give you guys the formula C2H7. Okay? First thing we're always going to ask ourselves is this 2 nonmetals or a metal and a nonmetal? Okay? Buck, what's the answer to that?
2 nonmetals.
2 nonmetals, so it's covalent, which, why would we be doing ionic right now? We haven't learned about that, right? So, duh. But, alright, so we got 2 nonmetals. So you guys will take a look at the first element. What element is that?
Carbon.
Carbon. How many are there?
4.
How many carbons are there? 2. So what's our prefix for 2?
Die.
Di. So we would write dicarbon. See what I did there, guys?
Oh.
Why do you switch them? I don't like that.
So dicarbon. Okay. Then we move on to our next one. What's the element, Rachel? Hydrogen. How many of them, Merritt? 7. What's our prefix for 7, Vicente? Hepta. Good. So we would write hepta. E-T-A. Hydrogen. Okay. What's our very last step? What's the very last thing we got to do before we're done?
Oh.
You have to drop something.
Yeah, we got to drop something.
The ending.
Right, we're going to drop the endings. We're going to get rid of
Hydride.
ogen. And we're going to add
I.
IDE. Okay?
Heptahydride.
So we named this compound. It is dicarbon heptahydride.
It's fun to say.
Yeah, everyone's like, that's the coolest thing. thing I've ever heard. You guys won't think it's cool when you've done a couple hundred practice problems.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's not fun anymore, Miss Troffitt. One example.
That challenge made me think that's not
Very cool. I'm naming my first kid that.
Awesome. Okay.
Go on, have the hard drive.
Hey, DC.
We'll call him Heptum.
Alright, next example, let's do B3010. Boo! That's its name. Get it? I wrote 10 O's. I am on a roll today, I don't know how you guys. I hope when I post these to YouTube, I hope no one actually uses this to be like, oh, I want to find out how to write covalent compounds. And they're like, who is this freak? She's not a real teacher, is she? She's like 10, it's cool.
Alright, it's videoing your feet, by the way, but, I mean, that's whatever.
I like my shoes.
Hang that on the top
I
of the
have not
board.
even finished it, but.
Don't hang yourself.
Didn't change.
Easy.
It can't see your face.
It doesn't need to.
Well, then why are
Can
you
it see
making
the board?
faces? No, it's looking at your feet.
Well, fix it!
On literally.
Yeah, she probably didn't
It
get
kind of
that
creeps
whole...
me out, if we're being honest here.
Yeah, force it. Go
Whoa,
ahead.
Bessie.
Broke it!
Didn't break nothing. It's still good. Stop.
No, it's broken. It's broken. You broke
Still
it.
videoing.
Can it see the board at least?
Yes, that's why I put it on.
Alright, what's our first element? Boron. I'd also lose my job for making fun of students as much as I do. And how many do we have? 3, so what's our prefix? Triboron.
Try me.
Triboron.
You boron. Get it?
Triboron.
Alright, and then what's our last element, Katie? Oxygen. How many of them, Mick?
10.
So what is our prefix, Destiny? Deca. So deca. Oxide. I already did it. I was starting to write oxygen, but I didn't write oxygen. So oxide. If you guys have 2 vowels like AO, it's okay if you drop them. A lot of kids write them like this. Technically that's incorrect, but I'm not going to make fun of you guys like I do with you.
What would it be like?
Decoxide, yeah. Okay. Okay. So 2 vowels, you guys can drop the vowel on the prefix. Like I said, if you guys do it like this, it's not going to be like where you guys took the suffix wrong and wrote it wrong. I'm not going to make fun of you in front of the class, but I won't make fun of you guys for this one though. If you guys did like oxygenide, I'd make fun of you. Okay. Just joking. So decoxide's fine. If you guys have decaoxide, that's fine as well. Okay. Last but not least, let's do.
I have a question.
What's your question?
I don't want you to make fun of me.
Okay.
Why? I probably should have been.
No.
Why did we change the last of the second one?
Huh?
Why did we change the ending of the second one?
Because it's just the suffix to the very end of the word. That's just how the rules go. Okay. So you guys don't change the ending of the first element. You only change the ending of the last element.
This is kind of fun. I like this.
I like ionic better just because there's a little bit more rules and I think it's neater.
Neater.
Okay. Why don't you guys try this one on your own, NO4. No.
Got it.
Eager McBeaver.
Nitrogen.
Okay. Stephanie, what'd you come up with? Nitrogen tetroxide is right. So remember, if there's just one of your first element, nitrogen, we don't put a mono. Why that is, don't ask. I didn't make up these rules.
You should have a word with
Whoever makes up rules does them just to confuse you guys. They're like, we made up these rules and they're great and all, but let's have some exceptions. Exceptions are awesome. Okay, again, you guys can drop the extra A and just do tetroxide. Okay? So nitrogen tetroxide.
Oh, I put an N in there.
Okay? Alright, let's flip to the other one. Let's find writing formulas for covalent. So this is going to be where I give you guys the names.
Okay.
That confuses me.
Maybe this video will go viral and be a big break, and you can quit your job and
Maybe
become
famous.
one of those internet superstars.
And you'll get a reward. YouTube.
I mean, YouTuber.
Alright, so find the one that says writing covalent compounds. Writing covalent formulas. So at the top of that, write if given the name. We're going to go opposite. Last time I gave you the formula, you guys wrote the name. Now I'm going to give you the name, and you guys are going to write the
Starting in the random box, the formula.
formula. Good.
Starting in the random box.
Same thing. You guys are starting in the rounded box.
We're a little rough.
Writing covalent formulas.
Oh, I know, but it says give them the name and then you write it here.
Yeah. Well, this is your.
Buffalo.
So then write if given the name. Yeah. On this one, that one was given the formula. This one is if given the name. Does that make sense?
Okay.
We're going backwards. Okay, same thing, you guys. When we're actually combining all four of these and we're doing ionic and covalent compounds, you guys want to be able to discern which one of these flowcharts you're using. So the first question you guys are going to ask yourself, is this compound a metal and a nonmetal or two nonmetals?
This is like deja
That's your rounded box. Yes, it is the exact same thing. The two that we do next week, exact same question. Save yourself some time. You guys have 3 minutes to tune me out. While everyone else is writing, you should be like, already did it.
What are you saying?
That you guys tune me out anyway, you might as well have it be justified.
She's on to us, guys.
Oh, I know. I've been on to you guys for about 7 years now, and I've only been teaching for 6.
Whoa. You know what I didn't follow that day when I was walking on the street? I was 10 years old.
Didn't you like teacher aid for you though? So that makes sense.
No.
Oh,
Oh, that's weird. That's weird that I was 10 7 years ago. I mean, 7 years ago from when I was 3.
My friend the other day, we were hanging out, and he was a year older than me in high school, and he was like, do you realize I'm going on my 10-year college reunion? I was like, Mom, you're so old. And I was like, oh God, me too. I got graduated in 2007, the first time.
The first time.
How many times did you graduate?
And I was like, this time.
What
a question, Jocelyn.
College.
What's your answer to this question?
Two non-metals.
Two nonmetals. We're still doing covalent here, so two nonmetals. Whoops. We'll do ionic next week, so the answer to these will be metal and nonmetal next week. But right now, they are metal and metal. Oh, non-metal,
I
nonmetal.
was in a book like W's.
Huh?
Nothing.
What will you use?
Thought you flipping. You said metal.
It's on film. I'm sure you could prove me wrong, so I'm not going to argue. Okay. In case you guys didn't know, it was in the little pink box.
A closer look.
Alright, here's the first step. This is conditional, so this is the first condition. So write the symbol for the first element. If there is no prefix, then there's just one atom of that element. Okay? So that would be like carbon monoxide. You guys have just one carbon, so you just write the symbol. Okay?
So much writing.
Aww.
Save that for English class.
I really feel bad. For real.
I real feel bad.
I really feel bad.
It's just one atom.
You don't have to lie to us. It's okay.
It's true. I just have one really annoying part of a song stuck in my head. It's just like, oh, whoa.
I know
It's
it's
always a good time.
Because I don't know what the words are in between, so it's like, meh, 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 meh. Whoa, whoa. The only part I know is the whoa, whoas.
I got
What
the,
is that from?
I don't know, the song I was just listening to before you guys came
It's
in.
always.
you jam it out before class?
Whoa, whoa.
Good morning, good guys.
Whoa, whoa.
Maximum volume.
No, it doesn't say that all the time.
I got the Cars for Kids thing stuck in my head for lunch.
What?
Stupid like the on the radio.
I got the boogaloo.
That's still a real thing.
Yeah, I guess.
I have an old junk car.
I guess-
Let's
I don't
be
know
honest,
if these
dude,
kids
like
don't
these
drive. I don't know why they need
Drop
cars.
it. You missed the boogaloo.
I don't understand the point
They
of
did
the
for the
corporation.
boogaloo.
I don't know if they like maybe fix them up and sell them and use the money or something.
Take
But
that again.
I don't know if they like
What's
fix
the
them up and
boogaloo?
sell them
I've heard
maybe.
it before.
Yes.
I don't know.
That makes sense.
You guys got that? Okay, cool. On the other hand though,
They did it.
oops, that was right.
Cool.
On the other hand, guys, if you have more than one, then you guys are obviously going to write, use the prefix to write C2, C3, C4, whatever the case is. So write the symbol for the first element. Use the corresponding prefix to indicate how many atoms in the first element. So on the first box that you guys just wrote, it was if you only had one, just write the element, move on. Okay? For this one, if you do have more than one, like if it says dicarbon or tricarbon or tetracarbon, then you guys are going to write C4, whatever the case is. Okay, you guys got that? Okay. Got it?
Well, I guess you could.
Take your skin off.
Sauce the worms. That's what he did. He's rolling around that skin in the grapevine.
He wasn't comfortable in his own, so he stole some.
Yeah, we can't blame him for being shy.
Like SpongeBob, so Mr. Krabs.
Got it? Alright. Last step is then to write the symbol for the second element. Always, again, IDE will be the suffix for the word. Okay? I'll use the corresponding prefix to indicate how many of that atom is in the compound. You guys do already have this mono, di, tri part written down. If you guys want to write it down again, great. But you don't have to. It already is in that packet you guys have. It's typed in there. So that's up to you guys.
No.
No. Just stand there awkwardly for the next 10 minutes.
What?
See, I'm not the only one.
Indicate.
Why am I writing this?
Oh, yeah.
Warm outside?
That's pretty
No.
nice.
It's alright. It's nicer than it could be.
It's, I'm probably going to go with Destiny on this. You guys know me well enough. You know I'm always cold, so if
It's
Destiny says
sunny.
it's cold, it's probably really freaking cold.
It's weird how it's like springtime already.
Even
It's
though the
October.
sun's out, so.
I mean, if you get into a vehicle, it might be nice to see your black butt.
Well, if you
And
didn't
also there's a
say
heater
that-
inside the vehicles.
Well, I mean, like walking out,
No.
like and getting in there, it's probably warm from the sun.
Yeah, I went
Not
inside my car
outside.
a lot.
Jacob, your car's nice.
Were you sitting in that one?
Yeah, no. No, it's very dark side when we all follow new cars.
You guys got that?
Hold on.
Alright. Let's do an example of that.
No, I said hold on.
You'll be fine.
I can't find the little thing. Does your partner have it, Ivan?
You have it?
He has a name.
Oh my goodness.
No.
He has a name. You don't need the mono and stuff.
Yeah, whatever.
Go ahead, get it down quick.
Alright, we do.
Is it clear though?
Yeah, I can't see it from there.
Really? Sit on over here for a sec.
He has pretty decent handwriting.
Whoa.
How did you fit all that in that little
Are you
space?
sure you
Let
didn't
me
just print
see.
something off the same day?
Oh my
He's a
gosh.
magician.
It's like size 2.5 box.
Okay.
Or just send it should get up for
What in
Alright.
the world?
Alright, guys, here's some examples for you guys.
No.
Alright, I want you guys to write the exact same thing that we wrote down here on this one as well. I really want to get this point through to you guys that all covalent compounds in an IDE, only covalent compounds use prefixes. Okay? Write that down on this one again. I really want to drive that point into your head.
I think you got it.
No, I don't yet. Trust me. We'll get into ionic and you'll be like, yeah, I want to remind myself of this every day. It's going to be your safety blanket.
It's gonna be on my goal sheet above my bed.
Alright.
I don't really want those.
Goals. I don't have any goals. I just take each day as it comes.
Well, I had them as my background, but somebody changed it to a clown.
Nice. Well played, random person.
Not gonna point out anybody.
No, that would be.
I'm
Just
struggling.
pointing at you. Just FYI.
She's like, it was totally not Destiny at
It
all.
was definitely not her.
I don't even know who that's
You guys got that? Alright, here's your examples. That works really well. Alright. If we have tricarbon, getting real crafty here, hexachloride. See, these are pretty simple, right? Okay. What's our first symbol?
Carbon. C.
C. How many do we have?
3.
What's our next symbol?
SCO.
Cl. How many?
6.
Right. And we know it's covalent because it's got IDE. Super easy, right?
Like super, I don't know who you're going for.
Super easy. You just wait when we do ionic. No, ionic I feel is super easy. I think it's really simple. There's just a lot more rules, like things that we gotta look out for. Okay?
More writing.
Dumb.
I mean, looks like it.
Let's do oxygen difluoride.
H2O.
Remember, it's fluoride, not fluoride.
I
Spell it right,
been
please.
spelling it floweride.
Everyone does. That's why I always say this. It's gonna be on my pet peeve list
Does it drive you
pretty
out?
soon.
I just spelled it flower.
It's easy to do. It'll sneak up on you. Okay?
Die.
What's our first symbol we're gonna use, Maddie? And how many of those do we have, Maddie? Do we have to write one? No, we wrote the symbol that tells us we have one. What's our next symbol, Rach? F? How many do we have, Merritt? 2. OF2 is your... See? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Off 2.
I was like, just wait.
You just wait. I never let things sit in easy, do I? I'm like, that was pretty easy. Just wait. Okay. Last but not least, how about pentasilicon?
Whoa.
You will be
Pentasilicon, monosulfide.
Funny how that works.
Okay, Buck, what did you come up with?
Si5S.
Okay. Never again will you guys get tricked by dihydrogen monoxide. Right? Because you'd be like, dihydrogen, well, it's 2 hydrogens, monoxide, 1 oxygen, H2O. Water.
You really,
That did I
fast.
finish my speech
Really
without
dumb
that.
that
Wait,
day.
what about the mono? What does
What?
the mono mean?
Mono means 1. So guys, remember that we only use mono on the second one. So if there's only one of our second, we're going to use mono. Reason being is, if we had like carbon monoxide, and instead of using mono on, like if we just had one and we didn't use any prefixes, then we'd have carbon oxide. And what you need to know is, like I said, I'm going to try to drive this point home, is with ionic compounds, you don't use prefixes. Well, I don't see any prefixes there. Does that make that ionic? No, we want that prefix somewhere in there to tell us that it's definitely not ionic. Okay? That's going to be my best conjecture as to why we at least do mono for the second one, but not on the first one. just so it's present somewhere in there. Okay? Alright, so what you guys are doing for the rest of the period is if you guys haven't finished up the little candy lab, the Skittles and the stuff, you guys will finish that. And then I give you that homework page that looks something like this, some practice with those dot structures. You guys can finish working on that. Everyone has finished the lab, correct? Okay, so you guys have turned in that lab.
What
I
have you
will
done
come
with
teach
the
you.
scale stuff?